Hello and welcome to Universal Cargo Shipping News, where we ask, what the freight is going on with international shipping? I'm Jared Vineyard. Well, let's start with just a little bit of controversy. It's surrounding this new verified gross mass rule. Now, if you are an international shipper, you've probably already heard about this rule and know that as of July 1st, shippers are required to provide the weight of every loaded shipping container before it is loaded onto a ship. Okay, so shippers have been trying to figure out how they're going to be in compliance with this, and SOLAS has released guidelines on this. But here's where things get complicated, or maybe not complicated, depending on how you look at it. The U.S. Coast Guard comes out and says, you know what? U.S. shippers are already in compliance with this and don't need to make any procedural changes. And so now everybody's fighting over whether or not the U.S. shippers need to make any changes. They don't need to make any changes. And shippers themselves are like, what the freight? Do I need to do something new or do I not need to do something new? Also making headlines right now are the 2019 contract negotiations for labor at West Coast ports. What the freight? Isn't it just a little bit early to be talking about the 2019 contract negotiations? Well, actually, no. Every time the contract expires between the PMA and the ILWU, things get contentious and the ports tend to slow down or shut down, costing the U.S. economy billions of dollars. That's why a letter was written to the PMA and the ILWU by a coalition of manufacturers, farmers, and agribusinesses, wholesalers, retailers, importers, exporters, distributors, transportation logistics providers, other supply chain stakeholders, everyone. Let's just say everyone signed off on this letter, urging these parties to start negotiations now, or at least very early, long before 2019 gets here and the contract expires. And what happens? The ports slow down, the ports shut down, and everyone, yes, everyone suffers. You can read the contents of this letter as well as finding out more about this story and the other one at universalcargo.com. Until next time, stay in ship shape.